Today we're going to be looking at Project Cheapbolt again. Project Cheapbolt, if you've been following along, is my deadbolt that we've been modifying here and there. Doing mostly cheap mods, but a couple expensive things come up, as they always do. But still, just trying to have as much fun as possible with this little rig for as little investment as possible. Let's take a look here real quick underneath, because today we are going to be talking about four-linking the front of this truck. Now, four-link setup, as you can see here in the back, has the links, bottom links, two links, one on each side, and then we have the upper links going from the chassis back to the top of the axle. So you can get in here on the back. They come to this truss that goes along the top of the rear end. Now on the front of these trucks, factory, instead of having the four link, we have the lower bars like in the back, but top we have this piece right here shaped like a Y. It goes up and hooks just to the middle of the front axle. Now this right here is not the stock one. I replaced this with an aluminum one that came with my lower links. I decided that now is the time to four link this in the front because it will help it climb a little bit better, and my drive shaft will rub on the upper link whenever the suspension compresses. This is a common problem with the axial 3-link. Even with the stock plastic links up top, they will rub. So we're going to replace it today. Now let's look at a stock deadbolt real quick. We are fortunate enough to have a completely stock deadbolt. This thing hasn't been around here long enough yet to be modded, so it works out perfect for this. I'm going to go ahead and pull off the top of this one. And there you can see the stock plastic Y-link. This one even still has the stock plastic links. So let's say though you do have a stock deadbolt and you decide you want to four link it and you want to go about it cheaply and easily. Well, you should, in with your deadbolt, have a bag of parts. It looks something like this. It has the extra heads in it and a bunch of other odds and ends. Inside of this bag of parts right here though, you will find a truss like this. This is just like the one on the rear, but it goes on the front axle for your four link. Also in that bag, you will find a set of links that look something like these right here. These right here are the ones off my old deadbolt, but still they're the same. It's the same as the upper links on the rear. Use these right here to mount in the stock 3-link locations. Up top here. And then mount them to this truss that you mount to the axle. Easy peasy, all the parts are there for you to do your 4-link conversion straight out of the box. Today I'm going to do a little bit different though. I am going to use this brace for right now because I haven't ordered my aluminum braces yet. But I'm going to be using these links here. These are a set of links I just happen to have in my parts box. These are from an older RcCrawler build that happened probably 6-7 years ago. I believe they're Traxxas links of some sort. I'm not sure what they came off of. But you can buy your own set of links the right length, or you can make your own. Easy enough to do with a piece of threaded rod, some brake line, and a set of ends. But here we go. And we see those are the same length. So it's just a matter of removing the upper Y-link mounts and removing the bracket from the axle. Then that'll be out of the way. Then we'll just have to put on the 4-link, the upper links, and be good to go. We're not going to do it to the stock deadbolt. I'm going to do that to our Cheapbolt. Oh, here we are. We have the front axle out of Project Cheapbolt. The thing is now, we've got to remove this 3-link. I left it hooked up. And remove its mount from right here underneath the servo, which we'll have to take the servo off to do that. We'll mount our 4-link truss, hook our 4-link to it, our upper bars, and then be ready to mount this axle back in the truck. Okay, now we have the servo mount off the axle. You get a better look now at how the 3-link mounts. Just this little mount here. 2 screws go through the front right here to remove it. So that's what we'll do next. We will remove these 2 screws, pull the mount off, and then we'll be almost ready for our 4-link. Okay, now we got our 3-link stuff out of the way. We're ready to put on our 4-link truss. This is, like I said before, the one that comes in the extra parts bag you get with your SCX10. Goes right here in the same location. Uses the same bolts from your 3-link. They just go right back up in there. right through your case. I'm going to go ahead and get both of these back in here. And now we'll just hold the truss up there and screw it into place. They will thread into it. Like so. And go ahead and tighten these down all the way. Now for the other one. Okay. So then you just got to replace these screws at the end of the truss. Stock is some Allen head screws. Sadly, I don't have any of those right now. So I'll use these Phillips for now. They're the same thread, same length. And they'll do the job. They're just bright and shiny instead of black, so a little bit of paint will take care of that. And there we go. Now onto the other side. Make sure your peg's down in the hole. There we go. Our 4-link truss is mounted. Now it's got to mount our upper links. Let me grab a screw for that. Okay, now that we got our truss on, we are ready to add the 4-link bars. I'm going to use this screw from my box. It's just a Tamiya screw I had left over from an old kit. We'll just put the links in. Slide the screw into it like that. Add the next link. Push the screw on through it. Now we're ready to put the nut on the end. We don't have a lot of room here, so let's try to grab a couple threads. There we go. Now we'll take a screwdriver on one end and we'll hold the nut with a pair of needle noses because we do not have enough room to get our little Tamiya wrench in there. We'll just tighten this down. Like so. And there we are. Now we have our links mounted up. So now all we got left to do is mount up our servo and then we'll be ready to put it back in the truck. And there we go. Complete and ready to put back on the truck. All we got to do now is put it back in, hook our lower bars back up where they were, and our shocks back where they were, and put these upper links where the old Y mount used to mount up top. One on each side. Alright, now we have the front axle back underneath the truck. That 3-link is gone. I've replaced it with the 2 upper bars now, so it has a good 4-link. Everything still rotates just as good as it did before, if not better. Upside being is that the drive shaft now does not hit the links whenever the suspension compresses. Before, it would hit the 3-link whenever the suspension compressed. Now, as you can tell, she's far away from there. Should make for a better truck. So the upside is, of course, like I said, it doesn't hit anymore. Some people like the 4-link, some like the 3-link. Some like 3-link panhard bar, which if I ever go chassis mounted servo, that is definitely what this truck will get. But for right now, I'm just going to run this 4-link. I wouldn't have switched it off if it hadn't been for the fact that the drive shaft was hitting the upper 3-link. Well, thank you for joining us. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them below. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And thank you for watching. Happy RCing!